Hello guys, I hope you're doing great. Today we're continuing with more irregular verbs, but today we're just practicing. I want to show you a few examples because I know that just learning the conjugations of the irregular verbs is not usually enough. Sometimes people still get confused or stuck simply because they just get overwhelmed because we have a lot of irregular verbs. But stay to the end because we're going to have a few examples including indefinite pronouns. And a lot of people don't really know how to use them correctly or they don't really know what they are. So stay to the end, okay? I'm making this video because some of you told me in the comments of the last video that the whiteboard was too far and then the letters were too small and they were hard to read. So I heard you. Also, just let me know if you want me to make more videos like this, like just doing examples or practicing what we have learned already. Just to be sure that everything is clear, okay? After saying all that, well, I'm Professor Carlos. Welcome to the Spanish Boss and let's go. Vamos a darle. In this video, we're just going to be doing examples or practicing the irregular verbs that we learned in the previous video. So if you haven't watched it, I'm just going to leave the link here. But just in case, I'm just going to leave all the irregular verbs and all the conjugations in the description of this video, okay? Okay, let's start with this one. Yesterday, I went to the supermarket. So how do we say yesterday? Well, probably a lot of you already know that we say just ayer. Then we just need this part. I went. Went comes from the verb to go, okay? But in Spanish, it's just ir. Now, how do we conjugate this verb in past? Well, as you guys can see there, we're just going to say fui, okay? Fui. Now, we have already ayer fui. That means I went. Now, the rest of the sentence is just context, okay? Super simple. So how do we say tú? So in Spanish, we're just going to say a. Then de. In Spanish, we're just going to say el. And supermarket, it will be just supermercado. Now, pay attention to this. In the same way that you guys have contraction in English, we also have a few contractions in Spanish, okay? And just in case, a contraction is just the way we say this. A contraction is just this thing, right? Like the way we take two different words and we put them together into just one word. For example, do plus not, we say don't, or does plus not, we say doesn't, or did plus not, we say didn't, okay? That's a contraction, just putting two words together. And we have exactly the same in Spanish in this case. So every time you guys have a plus a, we're gonna have a contraction. So we are gonna put these two words together and we're just gonna have al. That's it. So all together will be ayer fui al supermercado. Little bit faster. Ayer fui al supermercado. Okay? Keep in mind that this contraction will be allowed only when it's a plus el. Okay? If I have a plus la, then it doesn't work. Okay? Or a plus, I don't know, los, then it doesn't work. Okay? Or a plus las, it doesn't work. Only if we have a plus el. We change it to al. That's it. Okay? Hey, before continuing, if you're serious about speaking Spanish faster, join my Skool community. Try everything free for 7 days. You will get full access to all my courses, the Spanish Listening Lab, free live masterclasses, and direct support from native Spanish professors. No risk and absolutely no tricks. Just see how much progress you can make in the next 7 days. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, so go and check it out. But now, let's just do another example. Okay, let's do this example now. We went to say last year we went to Costa Rica, okay? Last year in Spanish we just say el año pasado, okay? El año pasado. Okay, no worries if you don't know this last year or this yesterday yet, okay? We call these time markers or keywords and I'm making a video about these words, okay? Not all of them, but the ones that we use the most in real life, okay? The video should be ready by the end of this week, so just stay tuned, right? But okay, let's get going. So, we have last year, that is just el año pasado, okay? Now, we went. As you guys can see there, the we form of the verb to go in past is just fuimos. Then to Costa Rica, one more time. This is just context, okay? So we're just gonna say a, that is just to, and then Costa Rica, that is just Costa Rica. That's it. So the whole thing will be el año pasado fuimos a Costa Rica. That's it. Let's do another example. Now we want to say the meeting was very short, okay? So let's go. How do we say the meeting? So in Spanish, for the meeting, we would say la reunión, okay? Same word as reunion. So basically, reunion and meeting in Spanish is exactly the same word. We're just going to say reunión for both of them, okay? So we have la reunión, then was. For this was, we're using the verb ser, okay? In past. So if I'm using the verb ser, what conjugation should I use for this? Well, in this case, since we're speaking about the meeting, we need the it form. Or, well, the third person form, that it will be fue. And then very short is just muy corta, okay? So the whole thing will be la reunión fue muy corta, or the meeting was very short. And keep in mind that this verb comes from the verb ser. This one here comes from the verb ir, and this one also comes from the verb ir, okay? And if you guys pay attention to the last video, the verb ser, or to be, and the verb ir, or to go, they have exactly the same conjugation in past tense. That's why we're saying fui, fuimos, and fue, okay? Same conjugations for both of them, see? But now, let's just do another example. Before continuing, please, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, just subscribe. It really helps me a lot. It means the world to me. And it costs you nothing because it's for free, okay? Just subscribe before you forget it because you will, right? So let's get going. Now we want to say who put that here. So what's the main verb we're using here? Then we're using the verb to put, okay? That in Spanish is just poner, okay? And as you guys can see, this is an irregular verb as well. It's an irregular verb in past tense, or at least in pretérito indefinido, right? But what's the trick here? So check it out. Who do we need to conjugate this verb for? Like, do you need to conjugate this one for you, for him, for her, for we, for I form? Like in this case, since we're asking who, then we need to conjugate the verb in third person. So basically, every time you guys see this word, who, then we need to conjugate the verb exactly in the same way that we conjugated for him, for her, or for it. So basically, we're just using third person singular. So let's go. Now, here we have a question form. And as you guys know already, question form is exactly the same as positive form, okay? So we can say always the positive form first. So let's use to put, but conjugated for the he, she, or it form. So let's say puso. Now, how do we say that? Well, we have three options, right? We have ese, esa, and eso. So we say ese for masculine form, esa for feminine form, and we say eso for neutral form. How do we know which one do we need to use? Well, if the object that we're speaking about is masculine, then we say ese. If the object that we're speaking about is feminine, then we say esa. But if we have no object, like if we're not specifying the object in our phrase, then we need neutral form. Like in this case. In this case, we don't know if we're speaking about a house or a car or glasses or shoes. We don't know the object. That means we need neutral form. So I'm just going to say eso. And then here in Spanish, we have two options, right? We have aquí and we have acá, okay? Both of them, they are exactly the same thing. They mean exactly the same thing and they are interchangeable. So we can say aquí or we can say acá. You can use the one that you feel more comfortable with, okay? And just in case, if you feel that you're stuck with this topic and if you feel that you don't understand this thing very well, we have another video explaining this just in case you want to go a little bit deeper or just in case you want to have this thing a little bit more clear, okay? So I'm just going to leave the link down here, okay? But now let's keep going. For here, let's say just aquí. That's it. So we have puso, eso, aquí. But now, since this is a question, then we need to say this thing as a question. How do we create questions in Spanish? So we just make it sound as a question, and obviously we just need to add question marks. And now at the end, we just need to add the word who, that it will be just quién. So we're going to end up having quién puso eso aquí. That's it. And now let's go with another example. Now let's go with this example. We want to say we didn't know what to do. So we didn't know, we just need this verb to know, that in Spanish is just saber, but in past tense. For who? Well, we're just going to conjugate it for the we form. That's it, okay? Since this is negative form, we can always say the positive form first. So we can say we knew, okay? Just using this verb in past. So we knew in Spanish it will be supimos, okay? But now, since I need this thing in the negative form, I just need to take the positive form, that is just this, and then just add no right before the verb. So we will have no supimos, that means we didn't know. Then the rest is just context, okay? How do we say what? In Spanish, we just say que, and then to do, just the verb in the default form, that it will be just hacer. So we didn't know what to do. In Spanish, it's just no supimos que hacer. That's it. Now let's go with another example. Now we have this. What did you guys do yesterday? Okay, one more time. This is just a question form, okay? Since we have a question, we can always say the positive form first. The positive form will be you guys did yesterday. So how do we say that? Hicieron ayer. That means you guys did yesterday. This is just positive form, okay? Now, since this is a question, we need to say this thing as a question. So how do we turn this thing into a question? Well, we're just going to add question marks. Now, we still have this what here, right? So we just need to put it in front. So we're just going to say, ¿qué hicieron ayer? And that's it. That means, what did you guys do yesterday? Now, one more time. I'm just going to say it again, okay? Question form is exactly the same as positive form, okay? So every time you guys have a question, you can start saying the positive form, then you just add question marks to turn that into a question. And then if you guys have any WH question, then you just need to add it in front, like in this case. So we just have ¿qué hicieron ayer? Or what did you guys do yesterday, okay? Now, let's just do another example. Now, one more time, we have another question form. We're saying who brought this. Now, since we have this word here, who, if you guys remember this phrase that we have here, every time we have this word who, we need to conjugate the verb for the he, she, or it form. So that's the conjugation we're going to be using. That means that we take this verb, brought, that comes from the verb to bring, okay? That in Spanish is just traer, okay? So we just need to conjugate traer for the he, she, or it form. That, as you guys see, is just trajo. Now, we need to say this, okay? And as you guys probably know already, we have 3 different ways to say this. We have este, esta, and we have esto. In this case, since we have no object, then we need to use neutral form because there is no way that we know if it's masculine or feminine if we don't know the object, okay? So in this case, we're just gonna say esto. Now let's just add this who in front, that it will be ¿Quién trajo esto? Now, to turn this into a question, we just need to add question marks, as always, and we just need to make it sound as a question. If you guys remember, question form is exactly the same as positive form. We just have a different intonation, and that's it. Now, let's just do 2 more examples, but now we're going to include indefinite pronouns, okay? So let's go. Hey guys, seriously, before continuing, if you're actually serious about learning Spanish, you should check our Skool community. We have a lot of lessons, everything in order. We have exclusive lessons that we're not doing here on YouTube. You will have access to a listening lab and to my entire team of native Spanish professors. So go and check it out. Right now, we have 7 days free trial. You have nothing to lose. Okay, let's continue. Now we want to say this. Nobody came early, okay? And this is the indefinite pronoun that I was telling you about. Like, how do we say this? How do we conjugate this verb, came? So let's start for that, right? Came comes from the verb to come, okay? That in Spanish is just venir, okay? So this is the verb that we need to conjugate, okay? In this case, since came is past tense, then we need to conjugate venir in past tense, obviously, right? But what conjugation should we use? We have 5 different conjugations, like which one is the correct one? Okay, every time you guys find one of these indefinite pronouns, it's not just nobody, like we have nobody, anybody, no one, anyone, anybody, anywhere, everywhere, like those are indefinite pronouns, okay? And every time you guys find one of those words, then you need to conjugate the verb in 3rd person singular. What does that mean? You need to use exactly the same conjugation that we use for he, she, or it. That's it. So in this case, the verb came is just to come, but in past. That in Spanish is just venir. Since we need to conjugate this thing for the he, she, or it form, we're just gonna say vino. That's it. Then for nobody in Spanish, we're just gonna say nadie. Okay? Nadie. And then for early, in Spanish, we just say temprano. That's it. So we end up having nadie vino temprano. Okay? That's it. That's all. Now, let's just do another example. So now, let's try with this example now. No one gave you anything. So one more time, we have an indefinite pronoun here that is just no one, okay? No one in Spanish is just nadie, exactly the same that we have here, right? So basically, in Spanish, if we want to say no one or nobody, we're just going to use exactly the same word. We're just going to say nadie, okay? So let's put it here. Now, we have the verb gave. That, it comes from the verb to give, okay? That in Spanish is just the verb that. Another irregular verbs. You can see the conjugations there, okay? Now, in this case, since we're using an indefinite pronoun, then we just need to conjugate this verb for the he, she, or it form. But it will be just dio. That's it. Now, gave you anything. This you is something that we call indirect object pronouns, okay? So we need to use it before the verb. So we're just gonna say te here, okay? And let me know in the comments if you also want me to make a video explaining this direct and indirect object that's kind of a pain in the, you know what, right? Now we just need to say anything. That in Spanish we just say nada, okay? So the whole thing will be nadie te dio nada, okay? Faster, nadie te dio nada. That's it. So to sum it up, every time you guys find one of these indefinite pronouns, then just conjugate the verb for the he, she, or it form. And also do the same when you guys find the word who. That's it. Okay, as always, I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 phrases here in English, so you let me know how would you say that in Spanish, right? Just to be sure that everything is crystal clear. So let's go. So here are the 2 phrases. First, we have a question form. We're saying, who came with you, okay? And the second one will be, nobody said anything about it, okay? So just let me know in the comments how would you guys say this in Spanish. See? Also, if you guys have any question about this topic or, well, any other topic, or if you want me to make a video about a specific topic, just let me know in the comment, right? So, well, with this, we have got to the end of this video. I hope everything is crystal clear. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know, okay? Also, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. I knew you were going to forget it, right? And after saying that, I guess that's all for today. Muchas gracias por la atención y nos vemos la próxima. Todo bien.